All right, webinar has started. Looks like we have some first few people joining us for our Getting Started webinar today. Welcome, everybody. We're just going to give it a minute or so to let you all log in and get started for today's session. We're really excited to go through this information with you all. While we wait for everyone to get on here, maybe let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. We always love seeing where our community spans. So let us know in the chat, say hello, and we'll just give it another few seconds.
Ooh, all right, for Iowa, New York,
nice.
British Columbia.
Cool.
We got all time zones. Ohio, Minnesota. Ooh, Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Sedona. It's one of my favorite places.
So beautiful there. Yeah. All right. Looks like we've got quite a few people. So let's say our official hello to you all. My name is Brittany. I'm the partnership manager with Practice Better, and I'm here today with Shelley. Shelley is our business success coach, and we are going to be walking you through some steps to get started on Practice Better. So this is part 1 of 2. So a 2-part series that we have to help you figure out how to get your practice up and running on the platform. So just to kind of overview what we'll be discussing today, we've got, setting up your first service, how to set up your availability, test driving your booking from the client's view. So you can kind of test to make sure that everything is set up correctly. And then we're also going to show you how to integrate some of our favorite tools and likely some of your favorite tools too. So things like Google Calendar and Zoom into your account. So before we kick things off, we do have a couple of housekeeping items to just share with you as we get going here. First and foremost, please feel free to use the chat to engage with us and ask questions throughout the session today. We love kind of hearing from you and seeing what your thoughts are, what you, need to know about the platform and questions you have. So we'll be pausing throughout the session today to answer as many as we can. So yes, please make sure to use that chat. We are recording as well. So if you are unable to stay the entire session, no worries. We will be putting this up on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has a ton of resources, and we will add this to that. So I think we are ready to kick things off, and Shelley is going to be running us through our demo today. So she's going to share her screen. We're going to turn off our cameras. And as we do that, I do have a question for you guys. Let us know whether you've been on the platform for a little bit of time, maybe you're brand new, and let's kind of hear where you're at with the platform. All right, Shelley's got her screen up there.
Got my video.
Looks like a lot of people are brand new, so this is going to be a perfect session for you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of new people. Awesome. All right, Shelley, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's first kick things off by talking about setting up services. So to intro this a little bit for you all, as I see a lot of you are new, services are what you offer your clients. So those actual sessions and how you will work with them. So you can set these up for individuals or groups, depending on who you work with and what you offer. So an example of those would be things like your discovery call, maybe your initial consultation, follow-up sessions, that kind of idea. So when setting up services, what's nice is you can get really specific with the settings for each. So, as far as payment info goes, how you want to conduct the service, and so on. So really nice that you can do this at the individual service level rather than kind of carrying all of these settings across everything that you offer. So this is also the stage where you're really starting to set up the type of experience your client will have. Services that are set up well should allow the client to feel very clear and confident about what they're purchasing and booking. And as a practitioner, you have the opportunity to use the setup of your services as a way to really set expectations for your clients. So Shelley is going to walk you through just how easy it is to set up that first service.
Thanks, Brittany. So as Brittany mentioned, services are a great way to structure your encounters with your clients. So you can create group services, which allow you to schedule sessions with multiple clients, and that's available on the Practice Better Professional Plan and up. or you can schedule individual sessions for one-on-one encounters. So today we're going to focus on setting up an individual service. So to do that, we can go up to My Practices, and then we're going to go. Oh, are you guys having a hard time hearing me? Brittany, can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we're going to click on My Services, and then we're going to come over here to this is called the Fast Action button. So any page that you're on, you can click on this button and it's going to pull up additional actions that you can take. So here on our services page, we're going to click on Add Service, and then we're going to add a one-on-one service. So we're going to name this our initial consultation. So you're going to put your service name here. This is what clients are going to see when they go to book with you. You can add different colors here. That's what color it's going to show up on your Practice Better schedule. You can add a description in here. We're not going to add that now, but if you want to describe exactly what they're getting with that service. Here we're going to add the duration. So you do need to put a duration in here. So we're going to add that this initial consultation is going to be 30 minutes long. And then you can come over here if you would like to add any terms and conditions for that service. If you would like to add a cancellation policy. So these are things that you would add in Practice Better initially, and then when you click on this drop down, you would be able to select that to attach it to the service. Okay, so if we just keep moving down here, we can see that we have payment options. So under payment options, you can configure how payments will work for this service, so the initial consultation. So you can set a fixed fee, which will be the total cost of your service, or you can select ongoing payments if you plan to structure this as an indefinite membership and charge clients on a recurring basis, which is also available on the professional plan and above. So for now, we're going to select the fixed fee and we're going to set the price at $100. So you can also configure how the payment will be collected. If you want clients to enroll first and pay later, you can select here, you can just select hide fee, or you can select display fee to allow them to book without paying. If you'd like the clients to be charged automatically, you can select suggest that they pay at booking or require that they pay at booking for this. And this will show you a little bit later in our third-party integration. So you would want to be connected to either Stripe or Square for that. But for now, we're just going to click on display the fee so that they see the fee. So the service availability allows you to configure how you will be seeing your clients, and this will be presented to them when they're booking their session. So for this one, I'm just going to select the online video chat as I only want the session to be conducted virtually. This will book the session using either our built-in telehealth or Zoom, depending on your default and which one you would want to use for that session. So there are a bunch of other options available here. We're not going to get into all of these. So you can, if you want to add like a buffer time after your session, so it was a 30-minute session, if you wanted to add, a 15-minute buffer or another 30-minute buffer, you could do that. And then these settings right here, they're just going to default from our master settings, which are under bookings and cancellations, but you can override these settings for each individual service that you're setting up. All right, so so in our help center, we do have a really great article called Working with Services. And this can help you, this will walk you through all the details of each of these settings. So under our booking restrictions, you can select whether you want to have this service be public or whether you want it to be private. So public means that the clients can request the sessions from you on your public booking page, which we're going to look at shortly. And then private is meant for practitioners who prefer to schedule their own sessions and will only allow clients to book that if the session is part of a package or when the link to the session is shared directly with your client or prospect. So we're going to leave this as public. And then down here are your notifications, and these are sent by default by Practice Better. And if you're on our Plus plan, you can edit these. So you can come in here and edit the templates. So you can come down here and you can really personalize these and edit the information that is sent out to your clients. So let's not edit that for now. So if we go up to the top, you'll notice that on some of the screens, you'll see this is just another navigation feature. So we can come over here and click on advanced options. So in here, you have some more in-depth settings that you can set up for your service. So these would include enabling options to capture a client's credit card as part of the booking process, setting up payment plans and deposits. So you can set up multiple payment plans for your clients. And then you can also add booking page forms, and these allow you to have clients complete a form for you to gather specific information that you're looking for when they are booking the session. Okay. So we're going to come up here since we added this. Now we're going to save this service. I'm going to click done here, and you're going to see under the list of services that we have our initial consultation. And you can reorder these. So if you click on change order, if you have a specific order that you want to see these in, you can do that. So you can also select. So next to each service, you're going to notice that there's 3 dots. And you'll see this kind of throughout the platform. When you see the 3 dots, if you click on those, you're going to get some additional options here. So let's just take a look at if you wanted to send your initial consultation service to a client in the portal and you wanted to invite them to book that service, you could just click here on invite to book, and then we can select one of your clients. So we select Mary, and then here you can just you'll be able to suggest a date for her to book. You could set the earliest booking date. You could customize your message here. So it just makes it really nice when your client gets these types of personalized messages, and then they can go ahead and book that service with you. So let's go back here. So now you have created your first service. So you can see how easy and quick it is to do that.
Awesome. I did share the help article mentioned by Shelley in the chat.
Great.
So if anyone wants to check that out and see a little bit of more detail and have kind of step-by-step directions, that is there for you. Let's next hop over to availability. So as you set up your Practice Better account, you get to determine when you're available to meet with your clients. So you actually get to set up your availability in a way that dictates when clients will be able to book sessions with you, and they won't be able to book a session outside of that window unless manually approved by you. So what's nice is that Practice Better allows you to get really granular with the setup of your availability, allowing you not only to determine the hours you'd like each day to open up on your calendar, but also what services you want on what days, what you want to offer at what time, how you want to conduct those sessions. So maybe some days, you're working virtually, others are in person, and you can also determine the locations for those availability windows as well. So, maybe you only take things like initial consultations Monday to Thursday and keep Friday free of appointments. Maybe there's certain days that that you have to pick kids up from childcare or school, and you need to kind of arrange your schedule accordingly. There's lots of different instances that may require you to get really kind of customized and intricate with how you set up your calendar, and you can do just that. So we're going to walk you through how to set up your availability to ensure that your days run as smoothly as possible.
Thanks, Brittany. Yeah, so now that we created our first service, we need to create the availability so that your clients can book the service with you. So how we do that is we're going to come up here to my schedule and we're going to go to my availability. So let's create an availability slot for our initial consultation that we created earlier, because we want to offer this service Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. The way that I like to do it is just to click and drag. So I'm clicking at 9 and I'm dragging down to 5. And then if you let go, you can then click on one-on-one or a group service. The other way that you can do it, again, here's the red fast action button. So you can click on that. You can say one-on-one service. And then we have our start time, which defaulted to 9 to 5, which is what we want, but you could go ahead and change that here. So I'm actually going to start this just to show you the Monday through Thursday. So we'll just have it start from yesterday. And then I'm going to say that this time slot recurs. So if you click on that, it's going to recur every week. So this is optional, but it's really nice if you have a pretty standard schedule, because again, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but you can have time be blocked off, either manually doing that or having it connected to your Google Calendar. So you could have it set up to repeat weekly, and then you can come over here and say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And now this is a really key part. So you definitely want to come down here. These services are going to default to off or not available. So you could either say enable all, or you can just come in here and individually set these on. So we're just going to turn on the initial consultation. That's the one that we set up earlier. You just kind of toggle this on. And then you can see down here that since we only had selected the online video chat as how we're, an option for us to meet, that's the only one that's going to default here. But if we had also selected in person or by phone, you would be able to further customize that here. So maybe on certain days, you only want it, like if you're in the office only on Monday, you could restrict it to in person on Monday if you wanted to do that. But for now, we're just going to leave it at online video chat, and then we're going to say save. Okay, so, but just remember too that when you add new services, anytime you add a new service, you do want to come back over and look at your availability, because you will need to come into the edit, and you will need to turn on any new services that you add. So let's save that. So yeah, so now that's how you can easily set up your availability.
Awesome. I'm going to share a link again, similarly to what we did last time, just with a help article that goes through this information that Shelley just reviewed, kind of step by step. So if anybody would like to open up that article as they're getting their account set up, that is there for you in the chat. Next, we're going to talk about how you can test drive booking from a client's view. So once you have your set up your services and availability, we recommend that you actually test your booking. So really important to make sure that everything is working correctly. So not only is it going to give you insight into what your client sees when they're booking with you, it's just going to ensure that you have the ability to answer any questions that they have and make sure that it's properly reflecting what you set up. So throughout the entirety of your process getting set up on the platform, I just want to say that it is really important to test that your setup is working as you've intended. So we actually recommend typically that you set yourself up as kind of a test client within the platform too. But with many features throughout the platform, there are opportunities to actually preview your setup. And this is going to just, again, ensure that everything runs smoothly and avoid any kind of frustrating mishaps for you and for your clients. So let's take a look at how you can test drive your booking link from the client's view.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Brittany. So as Brittany mentioned, this option is great for getting an idea of how the booking process will look from your client's perspective. So to quickly check the booking process, we're going to navigate back up to my practice. Then we're going to go to my services. We're going to actually look at the initial consultation that we just set up. So again, here we go with the 3 dots. So we're going to click on those. Then we're going to click on share link. So you'll see that you get this link or URL right here. You can also create a short link. So if you're sending this out to clients to book this service with you and you want to send it as a link, but you can also, embed these as like a hyperlink, click here and put it behind the word here, or you can embed it on a button on your website. So if you're promoting this on your website. But for now, we just want to take a look at what the client is going to see. So the easiest way to do that would be to say visit page. So basically, this is taking me to where that link, if I would have copied the link and pasted it in here. So now you can see initial consultation, 30 minutes. We set it at $100. The only option is the online video chat. But again, if we had offered in person or by phone, clients would be able to select which way they wanted to meet with you. And then you can see here these green shaded circles. Those are the days that we set that were available. So Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5 for that service. So let's say, you just want to test out that you want to pick July 14th. Once you click on the day, again, based on the times that you had set for that day, when the client clicks on this drop down, then they would come down here and they could select the time. So then they would click next. And then on this screen, they're just going to put in their name, email address, phone number, and this is how they're going to go through the booking process. So this is just a way for you to test that out. So we really recommend creating a test client account to try this out for yourself. And a test client, it's just something that we always recommend. So when new features come out, which is quite often, it's always great to just pretend that you're a client and really go through and kind of test out those new features with yourself so that you can kind of see what the experience is like, also see what kind of notifications and emails that you get so that if your clients are asking you questions about using the platform, that you really understand how that works. So to really learn how to set up a test client, and it's really easy, it's not difficult. We do have a really good help article on setting up a test client. So while the booking process that I just outlined over here was for one specific service, you can also use your public booking page, which by default will show any services, packages, or programs listed as public that you set to public. So to access your public booking page, we're going to go up to the top. So you'll really get used to using this gear. This is where all of your master settings are located. So you're going to click on the gear, and then you're going to come down here to share my link. So under here is where you will have the link to share different things. We're not going to go through all of these, but for now, I just want to show you, this is your public booking page link. So if we click that and we copy it, I'm just going to paste it up here. So you'll see that everything that you have, services, packages, and programs that are marked as public are going to be on the public booking page. So the great thing, and we're not going to actually build one of these today, but you can create custom booking pages, which are amazing. So you can really customize how you want your booking pages to look, like what you want on there, in what order. You can put things like categories. So it's really nice if you just have specific services that you want to have on your website, and then maybe a package that you're promoting in social media. You can really do some cool things with that. So yeah, so that's basically how to look at which services, packages, and programs are going to show up on your public booking page.
Yeah, we do have a question. A couple questions came in about
Yeah.
booking widgets. So maybe we can show where, you can take that bit of code there. So we have lots of help articles within our help center that shows you exactly where you can take that HTML code and plug it in on the back end of your website. So whether you're with Wix or Squarespace or WordPress, whoever's hosting your website, we have lots of different help articles to walk you through exactly where to input this code here. And then you're going to get kind of a booking widget that feels very integrated and part of your website. So if you want to refer people to your actual business website to facilitate your bookings and your schedule, you can absolutely just choose to input a widget there. So hopefully that answers your question. We do have a couple more questions here.
Sure.
Just taking a look at the chat. Let's see here. Tara is saying, what would be an example of a package? Like if someone buys an initial consultation and 4 sessions. So we call a package, when you're setting up your services, you'll have the ability to set up a package as well. So a package is a bundled services. So first, what you would do is create your services. And then, for example, if you wanted, like you said in the chat there, an initial consultation and 4 sessions, you could actually bundle those together in the platform to form a package. And that way, when the client is looking to work with you long-term, they would buy that one package with you, and it would have all of the different bundled services there. All right, Brianna is asking, can we see the services page again from the client view? So the public booking page, I'm thinking Brianna would like to see one more time. Just seeing any other questions here. Celeste says, if I have multiple booking pages set up to share with different people, which booking page will clients see when they're logged into the portal? So when you're setting up your service,
I can just
you can show maybe that.
Yeah, so first what you're going to do, and I think it would be too long for today's session, but you're going to add a custom booking page. And so once you get that custom booking page set up, again, there's a really good help article on this, but once you get the custom booking page set up, then you can choose to have that be the default page. So if that's the default page, that's going to be any client who's logged into their portal, when they click on book a session, those are going to be the services, packages, or programs that will default for them. Now you can get really fancy down the road and use, different types of tags. So if you want different segments of your clients to have different default booking pages, you can do that. But in the beginning, just when you're, just trying to get things set up, you can just have one default page for everybody. So I hope that answers your question.
Awesome. I think we can move on to our next section here, which is all about integrating some of your favorite tools. So integrations allow Practice Better and other apps and services to speak to each other in a really seamless way to enhance your experience on the platform. So really easy to set up, and it's really going to help make your workflow even more seamless. So we'll review the list of available integrations and highlight a few that you'll likely want to utilize right off the bat. So things like Google Calendar, maybe Zoom, Square, or Stripe if you're looking to collect payment within the platform. So Shelley is going to walk us through all the different integration partners and tools that we have available.
Yeah, so as Brittany outlined, we do offer a number of integrations with other platforms that will really allow you to maximize the use of Practice Better. So to access these integrations, again, you're going to navigate to the gear icon, and then you're going to come down here to third-party integration. So this is where all of the integrations, everything is in this one setting right here. So you'll notice there's a variety of options here, and any integration that says link means that it hasn't been linked yet. And if it says unlinked, that means that you had previously linked it and then you can unlink it. So one of our most popular integrations is Google Calendar. So you can link your Google Calendar to see personal events in your Practice Better calendar, and also to sync upcoming sessions, reminders, and personal events back to your Google Calendar from your Practice Better calendar. This will also prevent clients from requesting sessions which conflict with events on your Google Calendar. So I have linked up here my Google Calendar. So I have this linked, and you can see in the settings. So we're not going to go through all these settings today, but it's very easy to come in here and kind of customize the settings right in Practice Better. But you can see here that I linked this with my Google Calendar. So now if we go back over here to my schedule and then my calendar, you'll see these events in light purple. So pick kids up at camp, lunch with Sheila. So these are on my Google Calendar, and very important, they are marked as busy on my Google Calendar. So if you have events on your Google Calendar that are marked as free, maybe you just add, like sometimes I add things that's just kind of a reminder for me to do, or something that isn't really time-based, but I just want to remind myself. So I'll have it marked as free because I do not want it to block off time on my calendar. But it's really important to check and just kind of get in the habit of checking that when you create events in your Google Calendar, it's marked as busy. Now, a lot of people ask, can clients, when they're booking with me, are they going to see what my personal stuff on my calendar? And absolutely not. They're not going to see any of that detail. What's happening is that this time from 12 to 1:15 is just not going to show up. So there'll be no time slots available when they click on that drop down for the time. There just won't be anything available. So just blocking that off. So this is just an automatic way. There are other ways to block your calendar manually, but this really saves a lot of time to connect your Google Calendar. So let's go back to our settings and let's go back to third-party integrations. So another popular integration is with Zoom. So we see here we have a Zoom. So we do Practice Better has its own built-in telehealth for sessions, but you can use Zoom if you would like to record your session, or if you want to conduct group video sessions, or conduct sessions with potential clients and you don't want to give them access to the Practice Better portal just yet. So the Practice Better telehealth is really meant for those one-to-one consultations, coachings, where it's just you with another client. But again, if you have a Zoom account and you want to link that, if you're ever doing, group coaching, anything like that, you can set it up for Zoom. Okay, so the way we can look at that, so if we're going to go back up here and go to my schedule and go to my bookings. So you can see here that, like, you'll notice here, this is a session with Mary, and this is a Practice Better telehealth session because it doesn't say Zoom. So if I needed to start that session, I could just click this and it would pull up the telehealth window and I could start my session with Mary. Now you can see here on Thursdays every week, I have a group session set up. So this is going to be on Zoom because there'll be more than up to 10 people. So I can just come over here and easily click on Start Zoom Meeting, and it will open that. Now, your clients, if they're logged into the portal, they will see the same thing. They can start their meeting right from that icon, or when they get their email reminders, there's also going to be a Zoom link in the email. So it really makes it a nice experience for your clients. They're not looking all over for where's the Zoom link? Did I get that? It's just going to be right in the reminder emails or right in the client portal.
Awesome. So we also have a couple of help articles that I will share in the chat again, that's going to kind of walk you through some of those steps that Shelley just outlined for some of our really popular integration tools like Google Calendar and Zoom. So I'm putting those in the chat if anyone would like to reference those. All right, let's talk about navigating to different third-party integrations. So we do have other integrations available, as Shelley kind of mentioned. So in kind of taking a look here, you've got lots of different options from, different document manage to Square and Stripe for payment. You've got some natural supplement dispensaries. So whether that's Elevate or FullScript, we've recently, wow, I'm tripping over my words, recently also integrated with Rupa Health, which is really exciting. So now, depending on your scope of practice and the type of practitioner you are, if you are working with labs, you can receive those right back into your platform. So lots of different things to play around with. It's often that there's more than you'll even need as any one kind of practitioner, but a full kind of variety so that it can work for everybody's individual workflows there. So definitely worth checking out. Again, in the chat, I'm putting in lots of different help articles for you guys to continue learning all about the platform today. But I will share another article that's going to go over all of those different available third-party integrations, what they are and how you can use them so that you are familiar with kind of the full potential of the integrations that we have available. All right, we do have a couple of questions that I am seeing, so we'll pause for that just because we are kind of getting to the end of our webinar here. So Julie is asking about QuickBooks and whether we had an integration with them. We do not currently have an integration with QuickBooks, so she's asking about kind of payments through Practice Better. We really pride ourselves on being an all-in-one platform. Basically everything that you need to facilitate your practice can be done through Practice Better. So Julie, we would recommend integrating with Square or Stripe, and that way you can collect credit card payment directly through the platform. You'll have a running history of that with each client record. You'll be able to run reports on your invoices. You've got lots of different kind of benefit when you use the tools right within Practice Better that kind of span beyond the actual feature itself. So that's what I would recommend. I know you're currently using QuickBooks, but nice to have everything in one place. And whether you use Square or Stripe is totally up to you. You can kind of do your due diligence and homework on which one is the right fit for you. And then it's as simple as just kind of setting up that integration, and you can collect payment right at the time of booking, which is so nice. Yes, Laura is asking about Square or Stripe. No payment options through Practice Better directly. If you'd like to take any credit card payment through Practice Better, yes, you'll need to integrate with Square or Stripe.
Yeah, but just to answer a little more, your client it's not that they're going out to Square or Stripe, so you could send an invoice in Practice Better, and to the client, it looks like they're paying through Practice Better, but it's just an integration. So behind the scenes, you have Square or Stripe as the merchant account, and Practice Better does not add any fees on top of Square or Stripe. So you're just paying the fees that they charge and nothing additional through Practice Better.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we are kind of wrapping up our session today. So we're going to turn our cameras back on and say goodbye to you. Shelley, you might
I'm trying to go there.
Need me to make you host. There you go. Awesome. Well, we hope this webinar was really helpful in sharing how easily you can get started on Practice Better. It is a really robust platform, but what we've shown you today is basically, some of the first few features that you need to start seeing clients and working in the platform. So you don't really need to use all the bells and whistles when you're first getting started, but certainly when you do use them, it becomes even better. All right. So as we went through today, adding your services and setting up your availability and looking from the client's perspective about what that booking process actually looks like. We reviewed different integrations to further streamline your workflow. As a reminder, we do have part 2 happening on Thursday at the same time. And during that session, we'll be reviewing forms, notes, and automations that you can add into your practice. So use the same link. And we will hopefully see you there. Laura is saying, when is part 3 and 4? That is such a good question. We always have lots of different resources on our YouTube. So lots of past deep dives, and we always have new deep dives. So definitely
I would say the deep dives, but that's deep dives are part 3 and 4. So you take what you learned in part 1 and 2, and you just go deeper into specific features. So those are really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So our YouTube channel, I'm seeing a question about what our YouTube channel is because we do have so many resources there. So I am going to share that in the chat here. And we're very committed to helping you guys find success on the platform. So we do have a few more resources even beyond YouTube for you. So the quickest way to answer your questions is using the Help Center articles. So basically any kind of key term or feature that you're looking to learn more about, if you have, whether it's setting up your services or whether it's looking at automations or integration partners, search some of those key terms in our Help Center, and you'll likely find many articles to help walk you through things step by step. So that is a really great resource that I would recommend bookmarking on your computer. If you are a part of a paid plan, we also have a private Inner Circle Facebook group, which is a really great way to crowdsource information, connect with your different colleagues, and network with other Practice Better users. So I will also share that in the chat because this is a really good kind of community resource for you all. So lots of links are being shared in the chat right now. And we would really value and appreciate your feedback as it really helps inform, our the kind of content that we're putting out for you guys to support your use on the platform. So whether it's something like this Getting Started webinar or other things that you'd like to see, we do have a feedback survey. So it only takes about a minute of your time and allows us to really kind of take direction from your guys' lead. All right, that I think is everything for today's session. Thank you so much again for spending your time with us this morning, and we really do hope to see you Thursday.
We hope to see you Thursday.
Keep an eye out for some of these names.
We'll be back 2 days.
Join us on the Facebook group. We're always chatting with you guys there too. All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Have an awesome day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.